So, it's been quite a while. For those of you that don't remember, I began a new build series on this channel back in February of 2021 that was going to cover the build of this Yokomo YD-2 R+. This is going to be a build series where I would basically show you guys how a beginner like me would experience building a kit like this, to use as a reference for those of you that are getting into the hobby or would like to see how kit building is from a beginner's point of view. However, after making the second video on it, covering steps 1 and 2 of the instruction manual, this car was never seen again on this channel. Until today. Today, we're finally going to bring this rear-wheel drive RC drift project back to the channel, and hopefully we're going to actually complete it because, I've been putting this off for way too long, and, it's something that would be nice to show you guys, and I can probably maybe take part in the Super Drift Championship series next year and get my ass kicked. But besides that, this is something that I've been wanting to do, wanting to show you guys because it's my first time actually going through a kit, and a lot of you guys are also interested in seeing it. As well, I have to really get used to talking in these type of videos because they're going to be key aspects for other videos that I have planned for you guys. So, this video series is not going to be as polished as I initially wanted it to be when I first started out a while ago. I found out that because I wanted it to be that good, it made it harder to go ahead and try to make these videos. So right now, we're just gonna do whatever. I can't make it perfect, and yeah, you guys already get the gist of that. So, I'm not sure exactly where we left off on, so I'm gonna go ahead, open this box, and we'll see where we're at. So, solvers, don't need that. Parts. And the instruction manual, so we'll probably be looking at this soon to catch up. Bag 1, bag 2, some servo stuff for bag 5, bag 11 and 12, bag 4, bag 8, 3, and whatever else is in there. And finally, the chassis, as we left it a few years ago. Not even that long. It's been a little over a year. But yeah, this is what we have. As for where we are, I didn't really look, but judging off of the title of my last video on this car, we completed steps 1 and 2. I don't even know how I labeled anything steps 1 and 2. Are these labeled? Yeah. I don't know what I was referring to because there's not really any steps labeled here. There's no label for steps 1 and 2, so I don't remember how I got to labeling that title as steps 1 and 2, but judging off of what we have so far, we're just going to be building the differential and the transmission, and I think that'll be a good place to call it. So we're not going to be touching this chassis at all, so we'll go ahead and put that away. And referencing this, yeah, bag 3. So it's going to be here. So, bag 3. This should have 1,000 gear diff oil. So I'm guessing 1,000 weight gear diff oil. The gear diff unit, which is here, and black grease, which is here. Let's go ahead and open this up. Here is the gear diff unit, the gear diff oil, and black grease. Going off the instructions, it really looks like we're just going to be taking apart the diff, filling it with gear diff oil to about 80% of the diff, and then applying grease to both sides of the gasket that is within this gear diff assembly. And then it looks like we're putting this back together, because this other step here that it's showing is for maintenance. So we're going to go ahead and skip over that step. Just take apart the diff, put some oil in it, put it back together, and then that should be it for the gear diff stuff. So let's go ahead. Alright, so that was basically it for building the differential for this drift project. It's pretty simple. Basically just open this up, pour it in until you get around 80%, and then reassemble the diff and make sure to put the black grease on the gasket. One of the things that I did do that wasn't really in the manual was just to use gloves when I was putting the black grease on, just because I didn't want to get that type of mess on my hands. I'm not sure if there's any other way that people do this or not, but that was just the way that I did it. So yeah, that was basically it. This is pretty much where I'm going to end today's video, because it did take a lot more time than I anticipated. So we're not going to be able to get to the transmission today. I kind of ran out of time that I've allotted to do today's video, so yeah, we'll just cut it here. It's a good warm-up into getting back into this whole build series type, talking to the camera type video. And you know, honestly, maybe it's good that I stopped here, so you know, I can review how today's short video went, and see if there's any areas that I can see myself improving. If you guys have any feedback or constructive criticism, please leave it in the comments below. I'd really appreciate that, because it really helped me get better at these videos, which is something that I really need to do. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we're really going to try to focus on getting this build completed, so stay tuned, and I'll catch you guys next time. Oh yeah, one last thing before I leave. I'd like to give a shout out to John Lim for giving me his old toolset, because these are definitely helpful with the build, and it's going to be continuously helpful as I go ahead and deal with a lot more hex screws throughout this build. Definitely better than the Allen keys that come with the kit to use. So yeah, thanks again guys. Thanks John, I really appreciate it, and that's pretty much it. Okay, bye.
She got the power in her hand to shock you like you won't believe. Summer in the Amazon.